Hello everyone, Tiana Vanderhei here, host of the Refined Redhead podcast. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys!
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Brought to you by
The Good God Company.
Check them out at thegoodgodcompany.com.
And check out Public House Media. Buy some Coffee with Keith and Katie coffee mugs.
Yep.
They're awesome. They have other stuff too, but definitely the coffee mugs.
We are not using our coffee mugs tonight because we are on location at Starbucks number 4. That is the name of the show. Of course, we have our coffee with us. Hope you have your coffee with you as well. Katie,
Yes.
what are you drinking?
I have a tall caramel frappuccino. It's a little warm out. It's a little too warm for me for a latte, for a cold weather drink. And I didn't really feel like a cold brew, which I usually like when it's cold. So I got all kinds of whipped cream and caramel and sugar in there. I'm very happy with it.
Usually like a cold brew when it's cold?
No, when it's hot.
You said I usually like a cold brew when it's cold. I'm just being picky. I'm just being picky.
I think you don't know what's happening.
I have a venti caramel latte, still no foam. Went with the venti because we had a reward today. I'm like, well, do I really need however many ounces this is? No. But it was free.
Yep.
So what am I getting? I'm not going to get like just a free normal cup of coffee. Right? Go big. Gotta go big.
That's something that Starbucks does really well. When you use your reward, they make the one that's most expensive free. So they could be total cheapos. Hey David.
David, thanks for watching.
Joining. They could be totally cheap and say just the tall frappuccino, lesser value.
Right, the lesser value one is the one you get free. But
they actually do the big one. That's how we got your $10 ice cream coffee.
It's true.
Free
because it was free.
Wasn't good.
Right. So like you said, that's the cool thing. A lot of places will do the cheapest one, but the most expensive drink that you get if you're ordering, whatever, they'll take off for the big one. I suppose they thought that there's no real way to get around that either, because if their policy was to take off for the lesser, for the less expensive drink, then people would just order twice. Like, all right, well, fine, I have a free drink, so then I'm just going to get a single order of whatever size I want.
Right.
Anyways, or maybe they're just great people.
I prefer to think that.
Yeah. So,
So, reviewing the store itself, location is awesome.
location is great.
It's about a 10-minute walk for us, which is good. For in the city, that's pretty much an ideal walk. 10 minutes is right off the elevated Montrose Brown line. So sometimes Keith and I will meet here after work. He's on his way home. I'll walk to meet him. We'll have coffee. It's really a nice stop, but it's also a quieter part of the neighborhood, so it's not crazy noisy. The inside is really nice. It's very small. It's one of the smaller Starbucks, but they have chairs with backs. I think we've talked about this. The chairs with the backs.
Got it back on this one too. We're outside right now.
Right, we're outside. But those new funky ones, everyone gets a stool and it's weird lighting. This is cozy. This is like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Starbucks, which I really like.
Right. There's one that opened up nearby us. It's a lot more modern.
We reviewed that one. That was our first coffee shop review
on Irving Park. More modern, so some Starbucks, depending on where you are, they'll go more modern. I mean, the one cool thing about Starbucks is that depending on where you are in a neighborhood or in a city, they'll retrofit that location to fit the culture around it.
Right.
So this is, as Katie was saying, this is smaller, more of a cozy coffee shop feel, because we're in more of a residential, becoming kind of more of a hipsterish area, which is what people like around here. Which is what people like around here. The one, a couple blocks, the opposite way, you're getting closer to downtown. I mean, you're still within like a couple blocks of it, but it's a much more busy street.
A lot of students.
Right.
It's
exactly.
right by a high school.
Yep. And
so it's got to be trendy.
More trendy. So, and that's one of the things that we really like about Starbucks. However, we're outside here right now because this Starbucks closes at 7:30. So
it used to close at.
It's closed.
I think it used to close at 9 on weekdays. Then on Fridays and Saturdays, I think it was 10. So still not very late.
Yeah.
But we were able to do our show here if we wanted to. But now they've shortened their hours and we just can't figure it out. I mean, who's coming? So we actually asked them tonight. We said, maybe these are their summer hours that everyone's hitting the beach, no one's doing coffee. Maybe in the winter they'll expand, but no.
They actually not change, but they reevaluate what their hours should be every quarter. So apparently, corporate, they look at the numbers of how they do each quarter, and based on that, and the weather probably, and a number of other factors, they decide how late this location should be open. Obviously, this location did not do great numbers in the summertime.
Which is really upsetting.
I mean, I guess you think about it, depending on how well you pay your employees and things of that nature, you're just paying a couple of employees to stand there if nobody's getting coffee late in the day during the summer hours in this location. Makes sense. It's just a little weird. We've never run into that before where
we did that with a lot of independent coffee shops. They all close like 6 or 7. Yeah, so it sounds like in a couple weeks they'll push it back to 8. On weekdays they'll be open till 8. So it's still not great for us.
But one thing that this place has to compete with that a lot of other Starbucks don't have to compete with is that there are a lot of other independent shops in the area that they have to compete with. So there's Margie's right down the street. I kind of want to get ice cream after this.
Not getting ice cream.
There's Margie's right down the street. There's a nice independent restaurant right across the street from here. So that's probably one of the things that this Starbucks has to deal with that maybe not a lot of others do, especially in this area where very much more quiet.
Yeah.
But anyways, so let's get down to the review, shall we? Katie said that the location is great.
Location's great. Atmosphere inside is, so the location, I'll give it an 8. I would like it to be closer to us, though it's probably safer than it's not. I'll give the location an 8. Now I'll give it a 10. Right off the train, it's right off a bus stop.
I'd say so.
I'll give it a 10. Atmosphere inside, I'll give it an 8. I love how cozy it is, but sometimes it can be hard to find seats. And we've discussed I must have a seat.
Right, smaller cozy equals less seating options.
Right. The service is always great.
Yes.
Usually it's the same people every time, so it doesn't look like they have high turnover, which is good. Friendly, the coffee's always good, I'm a little disappointed today, though. Today is more of a heavier coffee flavor than a caramel flavor.
Probably best for me to kind of try it. Oh, I know what you mean.
Can I try yours?
Go ahead.
Is it cool enough?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I knows what she's saying. It is a little more coffee flavored than it usually is. What do you think about that? What was that taste? You usually like this.
I do, but I can't take the different proportions.
Mm-hmm. Still much more sweet.
Oh yeah, I like this for my cold weather drink, as we said. But I've discovered I could really only do tall with anything, whether it's a frappuccino, a latte, a cold brew. Once it gets to grande, for some reason, the proportions seem off to me, and I'm wired.
So, 10 for location for you.
10 for location, 8 for atmosphere. I'm gonna give them an 8 for drinks. Today is an anomaly.
It's an anomaly, but it's still a little fresh on the mind. So.
Right. So I'm gonna give them a 7 there. So
7.
Total 18 plus 10, 25.
25.
25 out of 30.
Not bad. We only do 3. Did we do 3? Or did we do 4?
Ours suck.
Hours suck. That's an hours suck. Take that off for. I don't know what that's under.
I'm gonna say
That's not in a category of its own.
No.
Just take some points off the final score.
Okay, 28 minus 25.
You said 25.
Minus 5.
I'd say 5.
Minus 5 for hours. So 20 out of 30.
All right. Location, same with you. I'd say 10 out of 10. Again, I can see the train. We can hear the train go past. If you can hear the train go past, it means that you're close enough.
Yeah.
So, and
if
again,
I can hear it.
Yeah.
You're close.
Yeah. And again, we walked here, short walk, nice neighborhood. So 10 out of 10, no doubt about it. Atmosphere of the place, I would give it an 8 as well, because again, it's a nice, like, more cozy atmosphere. However, makes seating a little more difficult, and you're more tightly in with, it's funny, the larger place that you're in, the further away you are from other people, so you can have more of a private conversation if you need to. So 8 out of 10 on that. And what was the other one? Coffee?
Taste? Yeah.
Taste?
Oh, service and quality. I forgot to put in service. Or was that part of quality?
Service is part of quality.
Alright.
Taste. I mean, I'm never really disappointed. It's the cool thing about a chain is that the taste is usually pretty consistent across the board, which is why chains are successful and popular. So I'm going to give it a 9. Katie gave it an 8 because hers is a little subpar today. Mine is just as good as it always is. So I'm going to give it a 9. You got to be really above and beyond to go with it to get a 10. So 9 for that. So we're at 19. What else am I missing?
19 plus 8.
I think that's it, right?
You said 19 plus 8 is 27.
Yep.
So are you going to take off for hours?
Oh yeah, I'm taking off for hours. I'm taking it. See, a lot goes into hours and the location. Now, if I wanted to get another cup of coffee from a different coffee, like I could get a cup of coffee from anywhere around here. So, it's hard to blame them for the hours if they're not performing. But at the same time, hey, I might want to sit down after I get a cup of coffee at 7:40. So I'm gonna take off 4.
Take off 4?
I'm gonna take off 4.
So 20 out of 30 and 23 out of 30.
23 out of 30.
All right.
I'm kinder.
Did better for Keith.
So it's a solid location. But we realized that we've been at our apartment for 2 years now.
Yep.
We never reviewed this place, so it's a good time as ever. To review it. All right.
Yeah.
That's the review for this location. However, we have some more news to share. Of course, this is our second to the last live show that we're.
Hold on to your hats.
we are going to a pre-produced show starting this upcoming Sunday. So August the 26th.
I think so. I'll say the 26th.
26th. August 26th, Sunday. Coffee with Keith and Katie, pre-produced show, going to be available on Public House Media, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Anywhere you go to follow us, you're going to be able to find the show or the link to the show. Number of different platforms to watch, and we're only going to one time a week. So one show a week, coming out on Sundays. Cool part about it is that we're going to get to incorporate a lot of things into one show. We get to talk to you guys, we get to go to different places, and get to combine it all into one show. So we're really excited about it. David, still expect you to be commenting on the shows, man, because we're going to be answering everybody's comments and questions as we normally do throughout the week. So we have one more live show to go.
On
Thursday.
Thursday's our last one.
One of the cool things that we get to incorporate into our pre-produced show is different locations, as we discussed. And I'm wearing the Alabama hat because we are going it is an awesome hat. Katie got it for me for Christmas a number of years ago. It's a sharp hat, though.
Dear Brian, for the houndstooth is
and then just that bright red A on it makes it stands out. It's pretty sharp. Anyway, not a huge Alabama fan. Like to see how well they can do and how many more championships they can win. But Katie likes Alabama a lot. So
you're not my mother.
You're not my mother.
telling you that you have to watch. Is that what you mean?
I don't care what it means. It's funny.
Yeah.
So every single week, one of the cool things that we get to do is every single week I'm going to be at a different location for a college football game, sometimes an NFL game thrown in there. So every single week, every show that you see on Sunday, you're going to get to see some footage from my travels on the road. Sometimes it's going to be when I'm driving, from the airport, when I'm on location. What college football games am I going to go to? What NFL games am I going to go to? The only way to find out is to watch the show. We're not going to tell you ahead of time, so you have to watch the show and find out. Is that lightning?
It's been lightning. We should probably wrap this up.
It's been lightning up. All right, cool. That's lightning. Who knew? You see, one of the things, if we were inside, we wouldn't have to worry about the lightning. So please keep checking out our shows after our last Thursday live show. Again, I'm going to be at a different college football location or NFL location every week. Felt the drop on my neck. All right, so this brings us to the point of the show where we play NFL or NBA.
Or humiliate Katie. These segments will still be part of our show.
They absolutely will.
We'll still have trivia and halftime.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I wore the hat as a little bit of a clue.
Okay.
Now it's not NFL or NBA this week. It is. Can you name 3 guys in the NFL that went to Alabama? Now Katie says she loves Alabama. This is Katie's college football team right here. She loves Alabama football. She really loves Nick Saban more than anything. Right.
He likes oatmeal cream pie.
She's got a weird old man crush on Nick Saban.
It is not an old man crush.
It's okay. It's okay.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Very good. He was just drafted.
AJ McCarron.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't think I'd get this far, did he?
I didn't think she'd get one. Honestly, I didn't think she'd get one.
Haha, Clinton Dix.
That's great. You did really well. You did that in record time too.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I'm paying attention to
Not
these
bad.
things. You thought you would get me.
Not too bad.
It would have been funnier if you did.
Right, but no, that was really good. They have 58 guys in the NFL after this draft. They have 58 guys in the NFL currently. Ooh, that was a big lightning flash. Oh. And we get to walk under a lot of trees on our way home too, so that's good.
So we have this great metal umbrella to protect us.
Right. Well,
which Keith will hold on.
I thought I was gonna really embarrass Katie because Katie really does like Alabama. She'll pay attention, and. But she really only pays attention because of Nick Saban, I think. If Nick Saban were to become the next head coach at Ohio State tomorrow, I think she'd then be an Ohio State fan, and she wouldn't give a damn about Alabama anymore.
I enjoy all the tradition and the history, though.
Yeah.
When I like a team or an organization or a person, it's more than just oatmeal cream pies.
Well, she likes Alabama football.
Yep.
She likes Duke basketball.
Yep.
She likes Packer football.
Yep. Well, that's you're born into.
I mean, fair enough. I'm going to be completely honest. She was born into being a Packer fan. She really only got into Alabama football after she got to know about Nick Saban a little bit, so she likes Nick Saban. And she just happened to pick Duke one time in an NCAA tournament, and she beat me, so now she's a big Duke fan. So it really wasn't Katie doesn't care enough about sports to be a bandwagoner. It is just kind of how it worked out. So, hey, good for you for picking winners.
Hey,
anyways, she did much better than I thought she'd do on the Alabama players in the NFL thing. That was another flash of lightning. It's not a raindrop
wrap
yet.
this up.
All right,
Let's
everybody.
finish
This has been Coffee with Keith.
Wait, come back on Thursday at 7:30, our last live show. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah.
All right, now we can say.
Now we get. This
All
has been
right.
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie, Public House Media.
Isaac, sup, gangsta?
You have to go back and watch now, Isaac.
Because we're signing out because it's about to rain. Honest,
Storm.
it's been flashing lightning all over the place. You were late today, Isaac. It's all right because this is going to be available in 2 seconds from now on Tape Delay. Everyone have a great evening. Come back on Thursday for our last live show. We hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you for Coffee with Keith and Katie on Thursday at 7:30. Be there.
Bye, guys.